What is one thing a person has said to you that made you think, well, this person is an idiot? While standing in the middle of Disney World and staring at a foldable paper map of the park in her own hands, my sister-in-law goes, "Why doesn't this map tell me where I am?" These maps usually have a little arrow that says something like "you are here, so you know where you're at." You have to pay extra for the Marauders feature. A work colleague coming in the day after a visit to the zoo telling us that panthers aren't really pink. My ex's brother in full confidence said lava was 2 words. Tried to explain it's 2 syllables, not words. I was the idiot apparently. Why should I be responsible for my son's late fees? I dunno, lady. Maybe because he's 12 and can't get a job yet? Also, there's the matter of the letter U, and he signed when he got his library card that says you're responsible for any fines on the account, as his parent or legal guardian. Just a shot in the dark. The first person I dated after my amputation freaked out over it and said to stay away, because they didn't want to catch what I had, as if amputations due to cancer are contagious. This was right when MySpace had started getting popular, and texting costed you like 10 cents per text. I don't want to take the vaccine, it will make me sterile. You are 65. The government wants you to think we're running out of oil, we're not, because it comes from bones. We could extract it from chicken bones. I was fascinated by how he had interpreted fossil fuels, and then come to the most hilariously wrong conclusion. A friend of a friend was badly injured in a bike accident. A car blew a red light going west, causing the biker going north, who had the right-of-way, to plow into the car and flip over it. This person said the biker deserved to be hurt because they're the one that crashed into the car. The moon looks beautiful tonight. That's a streetlight. When the moon hits your eye, but it's 13 feet high, that's a streetlight. I have seizures and I had somebody ask me if they were contagious. My cousin was right next to me and elbowed me and whispered for me to start coughing. By the way, my cousin is blind, and when I started coughing she chucked her cane behind her, fake panicking that she suddenly couldn't see, and the guy ran away, so he did catch the seizures. My cousin busted out laughing when she heard him run off, saying she wished she could see his reaction, and that it must have been priceless. I explained what it looked like to her, and she fell onto the ground laughing. She's just as evil too when people ask her dumb questions about her being blind, as she had someone ask her today if it was deadly even though she was born blind. That of course cats and dogs are opposites, like the opposite of up is down, etc. And that of course they're not mammals. As a kid I thought salt and pepper were opposites. Like they could cancel each other out. I once put too much pepper on some rice. Add more salt to fix it, right? Learned a lesson that day. A colleague of mine thought jellyfish were a myth. Please tell them about narwhals. If you didn't know any better, you'd think unicorns are a hell of a lot more likely to exist than narwhals. Horse with a horn. Plenty of hoofed mammals have horns, sounds plausible. A whale with a horn? No freaking way that's real. Years ago a couple proudly told me they had been going to Spanish classes for a year because they wanted to immigrate to Brazil. When I pointed out that they speak Portuguese, not Spanish, I got told that all of Latin America speaks Spanish. Even bigger idiot. I thought everyone was in on the brown cows make chocolate milk joke. But apparently there was still some idiot who wholeheartedly believed it. Don't run outside in the winter, your lungs will crystallize. It's not good for you. Said while smoking a cigarette. Edit. Yes, the water in your lungs can crystallize and destroy your cells at very low temperatures. But I did some reading in sports. Doctors say there's no chance of this happening above -50 degrees Celsius, -68 degrees Fahrenheit. It was the sanctimonious dismissal of running as a healthy activity combined with the idea of a lung somehow crystallizing that sealed the deal for me on this one. When someone said they had gotten into the Senate 180 years ago. If Earth is spinning, why my front door is always facing east? Why did the attorney withdraw from my case? Because you didn't respond to our emails and you failed to appear in court. But I don't check my email. Bitch, you hired us by email. Second favorite. They never saw me driving though. Ed, you were passed out in the driver's seat next to an empty bottle of vodka, covered in your own urine. They're gonna suspect you were driving drunk. Yeah, but who saw me driving though? That second one has a point. Not if the car was running and resting against the remains of a split rail fence when they found him. He didn't have a point. He had a serious drinking problem. My cousin insisted that her ex-husband, who she cheated on multiple times including on their wedding day, owed her child support for the daughter she had before she met him. My mom actually took my dad to court shortly after my youngest sister turned 18, because my ex-husband decided he doesn't have to pay child support anymore, to which the judge asked my dad if he owed any back pay. He said he was all paid up and their youngest was now an adult. The judge asked my mom why she felt she was owed money, giving her a chance to provide evidence my father had missed any payments or whatever. My mom said he hasn't missed a payment until recently, and that because they have children together, he has to continue to pay. The judge had to explain to my mother that once the children are no longer children, my dad no longer has to pay for them. My mom's a bit conceited, so we were all kinda relieved she finally got a wake-up call that she can't rely on my dad's money anymore and needs to start planning for her own financial stability, which she did eventually do. That public libraries are irrelevant in today's society. My brother, 45 years old, once said that if you were looking at the sun through a telescope, I know, a lot to digest there, and the sun exploded, you would know it long before everyone else. I don't trust these so-called scientists, said a lady who was visiting the public astronomical observatory while I was presenting stuff to the public, after she asked me this weird question about aliens and the center of the galaxy aligning or some shit. A customer at work, when she saw my name tag, told me she didn't want to be rude, but she was just absolutely disgusted with what my people are doing to Ukraine. I'm Icelandic, I genuinely, though she was talking about Eurovision for a second. I went to Spain last summer. Where is that? Mexico. My eye twitched so hard that I thought it might fall out. A girl once asked how drugs were sold. I told her the black market. Then she shouts in front of everyone, "Wow, that's so racist." There was an advocate on TV for science education for women. She said not enough teenage girls are studying science, we need to turn this around 360 degrees. Well, she proved her own point. If people evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? If Americans came from Britain, why are they still British? Went to make dinner reservation for 6:45. The hostess on the phone said they didn't have anything available at that time, but has a table available for 6:45.